Quick shout out to my personal branding masterclass. But listen, you don't have to buy it. My free content is always going to be here. But if you want to step up the game to a next level, that 1% information, it's going to be beneficial to you. But I understand immigrants' situation as well. And this channel mostly is for immigrants, so I understand the situation that, financially some difficulties might be there. If you can purchase that, go ahead, by all means. It's going to help you a lot in terms of setting up your brand in a whole different way, at a whole different echelon. But I'm not going to be like those generic make money online gurus who's going to shove a product he's got, which is not even at that level, which is going to be mediocre to you. So anyways, if you want to get that, if you're okay with getting that, by all means, go ahead. If not, again, my free videos are always here for you. Contrary to what I just said about the product, this video is specifically for rich immigrants, all right? I'm not here to judge anybody, no offense, but this is just for rich immigrants. My friend, this is not going to be some motivational video. This is not going to be some, generic, oh, you can do it, just believe in it, oh, meditate, manifest. Nothing like that. Some practicality matters. So if you've got any plans to get into an industry in order to set up your, business, which is going to be bootstrapped, in fact, you need to understand how a team is, operated. You need to understand how teamwork is actually made efficient. To do this, the first step, I'll give you a 3-step process which you could go through in order to, be really, really streamlined in terms of the profits you make from your business. If you've got 20 to 30 hours free per week, you need to get into a job which is actually going to give you an overview of how a team works. This time frame, 20 to 30 hours, I'm talking about these hours apart from you working on your business, all right? This extra time that you have. It could be a minimum wage job or it could be any job, top tier job, whatever. But it has to be fast paced. It shouldn't be like you are the only one who's deciding what has to be done. You need to be that sheep for a while, You need, just be a sheep. Just to understand this. Just be a sheep, just to, analyze how a fast-paced environment works. And simultaneously, just don't do this. And simultaneously, apply whatever you learn on a weekly basis towards your business. And mind you, you have to get into a workplace which has that reputation. You shouldn't get into anything mediocre. Analyze what's causing a person to work harder. What scenario is he in, which is, really like encouraging that guy to, put in the work at a whole different level. Anyways, that was just the first step. You need to get a job which has a reputation. That workplace should have a reputation, and you need to analyze that one trait which is leading that person to a point where he is or where he is going. You need to analyze that. That's the first step. The second step, you need to understand how money flows. And I'm not talking about the paycheck you get in that workplace or the paycheck your coworkers get. None of that. You need to understand how the entire workplace is getting that money. What's that one thing? Is it the location? Is it the attractive ambience of the place? Or is it the quality? Is it the food? Is it whatever? That one trait which is attracting the members to, opt into this workplace of yours, which for them could be a coffee shop, which for them could be a recreational spot, which for them could be a sports facility, whatever, Now, most of you are going to have this question. Most of you. Why do I have to study my workplace in order to get my business at that top tier level? Now, look, this is some next level business information that I'm giving you right here. Whatever you see around you, not just your workplace, whatever you come across, which is making money, you need to analyze it and relate it to your own business. Let's say you've got a business which is a clothing brand, all right? And now let me make it really relatable. You're working at a clothing brand, all right? You work at a clothing store. You need to analyze what that one brand that people are going for. Why are they going for it? Is it the offer? What kind of offer are they presenting? Is it buy one, get two, or is it 50% off, or is it 70% off? The third point, and one of the most important ones, you need to find that one person who handles the entire workplace. And let me make it clear, if you're working at a coffee shop or whatever, your manager is not the top guy. Your supervisor is not the top guy. The top guys are the ones who you hardly see. You need to find them somehow. You need to build that connection with those people. This is not just for your own benefit, all right? You've got your own knowledge of business. You need to connect with those people directly. You don't need to, if you've got any ideas to make your workplace a better one, by no means, all right? You could do this if you want, but you don't have to go through your supervisor and your manager in order to give that person who's on top of your workplace, to give him ideas to make that workplace a better place to everybody, to the people who visit that place, to the employees, to the manager, to the supervisor, and to the boss himself. You can go discuss it with him if you have built that network. Again, find that one person. Don't be in that urgency. Don't be, that restless guy who just looks for that one top guy. No. You need to just calm down, all right? Have a plan. Whenever you come across that person, you need to be so good with what you're trying to pitch or what you're trying to, suggest or what you're trying to, talk about. You need to be so well prepared that that person benefits from that conversation, and you in turn are building that network. Once you do that, all right, once you get that thing done, let's use the same example, the clothing brand that you run. You could take that branding that you have and promote it through that boss. You could have a word with him. You're like, I've got this number of audience who's mad about this product. We could sell it more if it shows up in your store. Plus, I've got fans of this brand as well. And they're gonna be interested in getting into your store and you get more sales. How does that sound? Look, you don't have to be cocky like I said now. You need to discuss it in the right way. My friend, this is some next level thing that I told you right now. All these 3 steps, might seem complex, might seem that they are gonna take a while. Yes, they are gonna take a while. But the benefit that you're gonna have in the long run is just at a whole different level. The business mindset that you're gonna have after this is gonna be at a whole different echelon. I'm still learning as well. I won't say that I've made it to the top of the mountain. I've done it all, no. I'm going through this journey together with you all right? Let's do this together. You've got this. I've got this. We've got this. Anyways, see you in the next one.